Hello, everyone. Welcome to It Matters Radio. As you know, this is our musical guest interview show, and we bring you the best of music from around the world. And I tell you, we search every corner. If we love the music, we'll get you on. That's all I can say. And today, I want to introduce you to a band that is known as Sharp Star. And gentlemen, could you introduce yourselves and let us know what your role is?
My name is Ethan O'Daniel. I'm the lead vocalist, guitarist, and songwriter.
My name is Logan Hill. I play drums and produce/mix all that crazy stuff and play any instrument that's needed in the studio as well.
That's wonderful. I have to, I'm going to talk about your music a little bit more. We heard one of your songs in the beginning of this show, and we'll hear one during the break, and then another one after we say goodbye. But I was amazed. You guys can't be that old.
I'm 25 and Logan is 19.
Yeah.
Yes.
The music that you produce is outstanding. I have not heard the emotion and the passion within music like that for a long, 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 long time. And
So,
when
Thank
you
you.
contacted me and said, "Hey, will you listen to this?" I listened to it. Well, you know, I contacted you right back and said, "Please come on the show."
yeah. Wow, thank you so much.
Because I knew you were young men,
Yeah.
and to have such talent. Um, wow. And we're going to talk about who does the writing and everything on that. But I want to, what I like about our interviews, I'd like people to get to know you as a person a little bit because, you know, once they know you and they embrace you, they're going to follow you.
They're right, that's right.
You know, we see all the stuff. Okay, music you play, la la la, and we're going to share that. We love it. But Ethan, why don't I start with you? How long
Sure.
have you known each other? Is this something that has only happened in the last few years?
We have known each other for probably about 11 years. Um, my other best friend, aside from Logan, is actually Logan's brother. So I knew Logan and I are 6 years apart, so I knew him when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say we formed the band 8 years ago. It'll be 8 years this summer.
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
You were just waiting for him to grow up.
Yeah.
Well, you two are meant to be together. And
I can't
it's
say I
just
disagree with
excellent.
that.
Now, Ethan, when did you realize that you loved music and this was something you wanted to pursue? Was this something that happened when you were a child, or did it happen when you later on in life?
It's sort of when I was a child. I kind of dabbled with guitar off and on. I took lessons for maybe about a month when I was around 11 years old. So it was just kind of an on again, off again thing. And I feel like I was probably about 17 when I fully committed with it, and I made a decision that this is what I wanted to try to do with my life and so forth.
Well, you've got energy, I can tell. I mean,
Wow, thank you.
he's like that, isn't he? You're the calm one, aren't you, Logan? Maybe not.
Maybe.
Calmer.
Logan, you strike me as someone who knew at a really young age that this was something that you loved.
That would be correct.
I don't know why, but you seem like you were born to do this.
Yeah, if it feels like that. I had started drumming when I was really young, like younger than I can remember.
You have brave parents. I always tell people who allow their children who want to do drums that they're very brave.
His parents are incredibly supportive. They let us make all the noise we wanted in the house and supported us. And
were they music lovers themselves?
Yeah, actually, my mom is a musician, and she plays piano and she sings, and so she taught me a lot of things about music and really kind of formed my love for it at a real early age.
Your appreciation of it, yeah. And I bet she showed you all different types of music too. Huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because how are you going to know what you really like until you know it's out there?
Right.
But what I get, and tell me if I'm wrong, both of you, I have a feeling that the music that you create, though, is something that actually comes from deep within you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always been that way. It always will be that way.
It doesn't sound to me like you're trying to be someone else or try to be some genre, get into a box, because some of your songs are pretty upbeat, and other ones are, I always call them dramatic because they're big storytellers as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
They tell great stories,
Well, I think that stems from a lot of our influences. I mean, it didn't seem as though they tried to be anybody but themselves. They were really, in touch with their own identity, and we're coming from the same place.
Yeah. And that's a hard thing to do, to get in touch with that, to really actually realize who you are and what you love.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's
sometimes that's not accepted by other people.
Right.
it's
You
not,
know.
and that's something you have to just get past. And I feel like we've been fairly successful at doing that.
Yeah, and it shows in your music. And I always tell people this: uh, when you try to not be yourself, it doesn't come out right.
I
Right.
fully agree.
You know, and yeah, you can do it for jobs. I mean, you need to, play part time as a guitarist for somebody or a vocalist and do their type of stuff, or go to a bar and sing some of their
Right.
favorites. But
Yeah.
that's not you. You know, it's not. It's fun, and you love entertaining. But you also, I'm sure people go there to hear your music. Also,
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
yeah, it sure seems like it. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Logan.
Uh-oh.
Tell me something about Ethan that we would probably never guess.
Ooh,
Wow.
I'm scared.
Let me
It
think
could be
about that.
something he likes, or
Wow.
his personality, or anything.
Um, I'd say,
There's too many things. See that?
What's your experience like with working with me?
okay, there you go. I could probably answer that.
Yeah,
There
that's
we
a
go.
good one.
Okay, I'm kidding. No, I feel like Ethan and I have always had a very strong chemistry, and working with him, it's really funny because of how serious a lot of our songs are. We're complete like goofballs in the studio. It's a really fun thing to do, and and Versasol is like a complete level of like support between the both of us.
That's wonderful. So, Ethan, you
Yeah.
feel the same way?
Absolutely. We're really it's not forced either, but we're really big on positive reinforcement.
Uh huh.
We're fairly good at encouraging each other. We don't get in each other's way, and for the most part, we give each other absolute freedom to do whatever we want to do. And I think if there's any reason why we flourish, that would have to be the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it that you give each other freedom, because a lot of bands, and you've seen it yourself. There's one person that
Yeah.
seems to control everything, and the other ones, once in a while, they get their own selves in there a little bit, but
Sure. Yeah.
it doesn't happen that much.
I
But
have to
I'm
be
seeing
honest
a
with
lot
you.
more drummers being featured. You get lead singers that are drummers now, even.
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's a wonderful thing, because I used to feel bad for them. They'd get this one drum solo, and that would be it,
Exactly.
even though they're back there singing it. Now they feature them, which that's the way
Right.
it should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, listen, guys, I want to take a quick break, and we're going to listen to a little bit more of your music and find out
Awesome.
why we at It
Awesome.
Matters Radio just adore you. And then we'll
Yeah.
come back and we'll chat a little bit more about your music. See you in a bit.
Sweet.
Out of all chances, I think I'll take this one. The hourglass leaks, sand stirs in the breeze. Can't set myself at ease as long as mercy is a tease. This has gotten a mess. What I thought was never what time is. The illusion of absolution has taken its toll. Can't stop me now because I'm still only you. The hourglass leaks, sand stirs in the breeze. Can't set myself at ease as long as mercy is a tease. The hourglass leaks, sand stirs in the breeze. Can't set myself at ease as long as mercy is a tease. This has gotten intense. Dash it now, never doubt yourself down. As long as I love you for now. All stress that they say, you're the money that they wanna pay. Okay, let me show you how. You can take whatever you want from me. It'd be easy if you like. I can be whatever you want to see. It's so easy when you lie. This tears for not passing, fading to the cold glass. As long as I want you now. If they want you to play, or if you text what they wanna play, don't you really show 'em now. You can take whatever you want from me. It be easy if you like. I can be whatever you want to see. It's so easy when you lie. Dashing around, it's what it's all about. As long as I love you for now. Always trust what they say. You only with the money that they wanna pay. Oh, please let me show you how. You can take whatever you want from me. It'd be easy if you like. I can be whatever you want to see. It's so easy when you lie. 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 It's so easy when you die.
Welcome back, everyone, to It Matters Radio musical guest interview. And today we are presenting to you for the first time on It Matters Radio the band called Sharp Star.
Hello.
And this is Ethan on the top, or I should say, actually on my left, and below me we have Logan Hill. And they are the masterminds behind this. And if you're just coming aboard right now, I want to let you know these are young artists and very, very talented. So I want to ask you, when did you first realize that you had something? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they play. I was in a band myself. But when did you realize that you had something that was better than that?
Well, how would you answer that, Logan? You know?
Well,
how did you evolve? Did you start out in high school doing things, or?
Well, after I'm a high school dropout, so this was like after high school. And I don't know. We just had a lot of fun, and it didn't matter to us so much if we were good. We just really enjoyed doing it, and
there had to be a moment when someone said to you, "Gosh, you guys are good. We love your sound." And then you realize this wasn't just something that you were doing because you loved it.
Right. That probably happened about a couple years after we formed. We had a next door neighbor who was also an incredibly talented musician, classical guitarist, and we would jam in the bedroom. And apparently, we didn't know this till later on, but he would stand outside the window and listen to us play.
Yeah.
And he kind of just messaged me on Facebook one day, and he's like, "You guys are getting pretty good. I go outside and I listen to you outside the window." And I was just like, "Oh no."
Now he's critiquing you. You're in trouble.
Right. And I believe that was like the first time maybe we came to the realization that other people might like what we do.
All right.
Wouldn't you say so, Logan?
I'd say.
And you take it a little more seriously then too, though, when you realize that people actually enjoy it.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it definitely gives you some momentum to share your music with other
Yes.
people,
Right.
knowing that someone might be interested. Yeah, but I definitely have to say it started there. And maybe aside from that, around the time we were starting out, I mean, we did some like what do they call it? Blog. It used to be Blog TV. We used to broadcast from there. We did that a couple times, and had some of our Facebook friends join in, and we got some approval from them. But yeah, those were the earliest examples of other people liking us, I suppose.
It was really interesting because with though there are a few of those, there were it was really interesting after we released our first album, because there were a bunch of people that heard it, and they had a lot of people liked it, and that was really flattering, and it was really encouraging.
Does that feel good?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All that work and effort, because you of course you love doing it, but you wanted to bring something to other people, that they would love.
And I'd say that really kind of pushed us in like the studio department, especially. Because recording our first album, it was completely foreign to us to actually record, because we had just played together live, just in my old bedroom, and to actually work with, having bass, for example, was fairly new, and it was just nice to kind of try something for the first time, and to have such a warm response.
Well,
really encouraging.
I don't see how they could not have a warm response to your music. It's I want everybody to know, Ethan, tell people what you're sitting on, that you're not just nervous.
To anyone who might be wondering why I'm bouncing up and down, I'm actually sitting on a yoga ball at the moment.
Good for
so it's kind of hard to sit still.
Yeah, now we all want we want to have a yoga ball.
Right.
Oh gosh. Who writes the lyrics to your music?
That would be him. Indeed.
Well, people, I want you to do something also when you listen to the music. Please listen to the words of the music, because there's meaning. They tell stories, and a good song tells a story. It could be a happy one, it could be a sad one, it could be a comment. That's what you look for. And these young men at their age have accomplished the ability to be able to do a complete story in a song. And it's songs that you want to listen to again, because it makes you think.
Wow. That really means a lot. Thank you for saying that.
Well, I'm hoping that you wanted people to think, because, I think thinking opens communication between people.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the main reasons I was interested in becoming a lyricist. I was more interested in being a lyricist than I was a vocalist, even. When I was younger, I had horrible social skills. So to me, when I started writing lyrics, that was my means of communication. That was like the one outlet I had, that I could organize my thoughts and share my thoughts, because I was horrible at conversating with people. So that was just my kind of
it got that out. Yeah, but you needed to express.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And do you know what, though? They've done studies on that. Writing is one of the best therapies for everyone. The anger that people have, I tell you, if they would take these people, and I'm not just going to say shootings, I don't care, whatever it was, that, kids that are getting bullied, whatever, if they would let them write out their feelings and be in an environment where there's other people doing the same thing, it would help them so much. They would be able to get an outlet and other people who understand.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the communicating is, and making people think, is probably one of the most important things that we can do in our lives.
Right.
Yes.
Doesn't mean people have to agree with your thoughts or your story.
Yeah.
But it would be an awfully boring world if everything was the same. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
Now, your music. And I bet you, Logan, you're going to talk to me about this.
Okay.
I listened to a few songs. I'm trying to put this into a category. Okay, it's rock. I can hear some classic rock in there.
Yeah.
You know, I also hear though a bit of alternative. And then you have other ones that are a little bit more upbeat. But the thing above all that you have in your songs, and I said this before, is drama, excitement.
I agree.
Now, I can picture you guys at a venue doing one of your songs and people just go nuts over it.
Oh, thank you.
It's happened.
I'm sure that happens. And I want
It's happened.
everybody that's listening today to check it out. Now, what are you doing right now? Are you playing locally where you can, or you have any plans for touring anywhere? Or
Actually, it's been a couple years since Logan and I have played live together. He's
uh-huh.
actually in where we're based, Paducah, Kentucky, right now. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, with my
Okay.
family. But we're hoping relatively soon. We have an album in progress, and we're hoping to get that together. And hopefully, from that point, we'll talk about possibly launching a tour and getting back out there and playing live.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
It's
I
been a while.
understand. I mean, it's such a digital world nowadays.
Yeah, yeah,
But I do encourage people to see live. You know, there's nothing that beats seeing someone and having that connection with them and hearing the music.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I can remember seeing some bands that I would play their music all the time. Then I'd go see them, and they didn't sound anything like the music that I'd heard.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, it's very common today. It's very common today.
unfortunately, yeah. So I always like authenticity, and that's what you guys have.
Right.
You know.
Yes, we're very pro organic performance. We don't add any more than we have to, you know. Of course, we don't have a bass player at the moment anymore. We did it for a short period of time, but with the exception of bass and a couple overdubs here and there, I mean, I'd say that's pretty much what we sound like in a room
Yeah.
live.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to achieve, and you've done it, like I said, at such a young age. I
Yeah.
can only see greater things happening if you stay with it, because I know life goes on, and just don't get discouraged. And even if you do it for a hobby, guys, which I don't see happening,
Oh,
don't ever give up your love for music. Now, people, you've heard how they play, you've listened to their stories about how they've gotten there. They're wonderful, wonderful young men, you can tell. I can say that because I'm like your grandma age. I know one of those people you all yell about. No,
oh,
I'm only kidding. Hey, when I was young, we couldn't trust anyone over 30, so I understand completely. I just hope that you'll get back with us as soon as you get your album released, and we
Absolutely,
can have
yes.
you back on and we can chat a little bit about that.
that'd be great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
But for right now, where can they purchase your music? Where can they find you and communicate with you?
Well, for our entire discography, backdated to about 2013, they can find our catalog on Bandcamp.
Okay.
Go to sharpstarmusic.bandcamp.com. The last single we put out, which is planned to be featured on the album that we're working on, Vows, they can find that on Apple Music. Where else?
I love that song. Yeah.
Spotify and, pretty much everywhere. Amazon Music.
Right.
All right. Now, what if they want to chat with you? Are you in any social media at all?
All of them, for the most part.
Okay.
Facebook, facebook.com/sharpstarmusic.
Okay.
Twitter, SharpstarMusic, and Instagram, SharpstarMusic is what we predominantly use.
So really, if they want to find you, they could probably just Google or whatever Sharp
Yeah.
Star or
Yeah.
Sharp Star Music, and be able
Yeah.
to find out where they can find everything. I recommend that if you loved their sound, that you tell everyone you know, because that's what it takes in today's
Wow.
world. Word of
Yeah.
mouth,
That's right.
and I just can't wait to see what's next with you. And I want to thank you both so much for stopping by.
Well, thank you.
Gosh,
It's an honor. Thank you
keep
so
up
much.
with that excellent writing, Ethan and Logan. I don't think I know what anyone would do without you.
That's right.
Don't say that, but
Absolutely.
thank you.
No,
Thank
you're an excellent combination, and you'll get another bass player. Those come and go, so
Well, if we decide we want one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You don't really need one, you don't. But it just adds something. And you can always have a guest one, right?
Sure. That would be more in line with what we'd be interested in if we were to do that.
That sounds good. Well, I want to thank you once again for stopping by and
Very well.
listen to It Matters, because I'm sure we'll have more of the wonderful music of Sharp Star on. And until then, guys, I'm ready to hear one more bit of music from them. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much again. Bye.
You sleep with me every night, but you're never in my bed. The only place I've been lonely, baby, is inside the four walls of my head. But you know I'd rather you be outside of that and under the sheets with me where there will be no thoughts allowed, feelings only. I don't know about you, girl, but the thoughts they make me feel lonely. You wake up with me every morning, but you're never by my side. Oh, how I wish that my hand wasn't the only place that we could reside. But you know I want you to see the reason why you prolong despair with me, with never be no thoughts allowed, feelings only. I don't know about you, girl, but the thoughts they make me feel lonely. No thoughts allowed, only feelings. I don't know about yours, girl, but I got one for the feeling. No thoughts allowed, no thoughts allowed, No thoughts allowed. No thoughts allowed.